Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we have a lineup of intriguing stories just for you. First up, a Premier League footballer is urging Hong Kong to legalize betting on local matches to help struggling clubs. Resources Capital FC's Jerry Lam Lock-in believes this could be a game-changer for the league's financial health. Next, Oscar-winning Hong Kong-born filmmaker Ruby Yang and her husband have donated their iconic 16mm film prints to M+ Museum, ensuring their cinematic legacy lives on. Finally, a global study has revealed that Hong Kong students are lagging behind in creativity compared to their international peers, raising questions about the city's education system and its ability to foster innovative minds. Please stay tuned for the detailed coverage of these stories. South China Morning Post. Resources Capital midfielder Jerry Lam Lock-in expressed his shock upon learning that his club had decided to quit the Hong Kong Premier League, HKPL, due to financial struggles and low attendance. Lam underscored the need for legalized gambling to generate excitement and financial support for local football. His sentiments were echoed by Philip Chan Shu Quan, the Hong Kong Player of the Season, who also advocated for lifting the betting ban. Lam shared his experiences of the instability in Hong Kong football, recounting his time with the now-defunct HKU23 and the challenges he faced at RCFC, such as inadequate training facilities and lack of professional standards. Despite these hurdles, Lam remained grateful for the opportunity to develop as a player. He highlighted the cultural differences in how footballers are perceived in Hong Kong compared to other Asian countries, and stressed that legalizing betting could help capture more attention and support for the local league. South China Morning Post. Ruby Yang, the Oscar-winning Hong Kong-born filmmaker, recently attended the inaugural Asian Avant-Garde Film Festival at M+, where several of her films were showcased in their original 16mm format. Yang and her husband, Lambert Yam, have a significant connection with the museum, which has acquired and restored several of their works. Yang's notable documentaries include The Blood of Yingzhou District, which won an Oscar and raised awareness about AIDS and HIV in China. Yang reflected on the pressures and contrasts she faced after winning the Academy Award, including the lack of recognition from official Chinese media. Now, as the director of the Journalism and Media Studies Center at the University of Hong Kong, Yang mentors the next generation of documentary makers. She and Yam are also exploring new creative avenues, including a fictional feature film about a submerged Chinatown, demonstrating Yang's ability to adapt and embrace new challenges in her filmmaking career. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's education system faces a significant challenge in fostering creative thinking among its students. According to the 2022 Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, Hong Kong students scored below the international average in creativity, ranking 32nd out of 64 places. This outcome is attributed to the city's rote learning and exam-oriented culture, despite its high rankings in science and maths. The city's education equity means that socioeconomic status has minimal impact on student performance, but the lack of creative thinking raises concerns about Hong Kong's ability to nurture talent for a knowledge-based economy. The government is urged to improve students' creative thinking and other skills to ensure their competitiveness in a global environment. The goal is not only to equip the younger generation for survival, but also to enhance Hong Kong's standing as a hub of creativity and innovation. South China Morning Post. In today's fast-paced world, airport information glitches are simply unacceptable, and the Hong Kong Airport Authority needs to take this lesson to heart urgently. Recently, the HKIA faced two major disruptions within a week: a runway closure due to a cargo plane's burst tire and a failure in updating flight information screens and the airport's website. These events have highlighted the need for robust contingency plans to ensure the safe and efficient operation of the airport. The sight of manually updated whiteboards and passengers scrambling to catch their flights is a stark reminder that a 21st-century aviation hub cannot rely on such outdated methods. While some passengers found the situation manageable, especially compared to European airports affected by heatwave-induced power outages, the overall scenario underscores the need for better preparedness. Hong Kong's investment in reviving tourism and its economy demands nothing less than flawless airport operations. BBC, in the vibrant political landscape of Taiwan, Huang Jie stands out not just for her pink-highlighted hair and love for cosplay, but also for making history as the island's first openly gay legislator. Her election is a significant milestone for Taiwan, which has been a pioneer in LGBTQ rights in Asia, legalizing same-sex marriage in 2019 and recognizing transnational LGBTQ+ couples. Despite the progress, Huang and other LGBTQ politicians like Miao Poya face challenges in a society where conservative views still linger. Huang's career has been marked by both fame and scrutiny, including being forcibly outed by the press. She now champions LGBTQ equality in parliament, advocating for same-sex couples' rights to have biological children. However, she anticipates that her sexual orientation may be used against her by critics. The battle for acceptance continues, with some fearing a resurgence of conservative politics. Yet, there is hope that Taiwan's democracy will embrace diversity, potentially paving the way for a future where a leader's sexuality is a non-issue. Nikkei Asia, Chinese conglomerate Fosun International is set to acquire the remaining shares of Shanghai Henlius Biotech that it does not already own, valuing the Hong Kong-listed drug maker at 13.37 billion Hong Kong dollars, $1.71 billion. Fosun, through its unit Shanghai Fosun Pharmaceutical, is offering 24 Hong Kong dollars and 60 cents per Henlius share, a 30.6% premium to the target's last close. Henlius shares last traded at 18 Hong Kong dollars and 84 cents before a trading halt pending this announcement. Fosun Pharma, already the controlling shareholder of Henlius, owns 65.23% of the company through its affiliates. Fosun International, one of China's largest listed conglomerates, operates across various sectors, including retail and real estate. This acquisition is part of Fosun's broader strategy to consolidate its holdings and strengthen its position in the biopharmaceutical industry. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong's top appeal judges have cast doubt on whether a landmark UK ruling could be used to overturn the convictions of Jimmy Lai Ching and 6 former opposition lawmakers for unauthorized assembly during the 2019 protests. The appellants, including veteran Democrat Martin Lee Chu-ming, argued that their convictions and jail sentences were excessive restrictions on their freedoms of expression and assembly. They cited UK Supreme Court decisions that allowed lawful excuses if authorities violated basic rights. However, Chief Justice Andrew Chung Kue-nung and other judges questioned the relevance of the UK approach, emphasizing that the legality of the protest ban had already been upheld as constitutional. The judges were concerned about the potential impact on the criminal courts and rejected the idea that defendants could challenge a law through the back door. The court will announce its ruling later, but the appeal highlighted the ongoing tension between legal frameworks and civil liberties in Hong Kong's judicial system. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong International Airport's reputation as a leading aviation hub has been jeopardized by recent incidents, including a flight information display system breakdown and a cargo plane accident. The display failure left passengers confused and frustrated as staff resorted to writing flight details on whiteboards. The incident followed a cargo plane accident that delayed numerous flights. The airport authority has yet to identify the cause of the system crash but ruled out hacking. Critics have pointed out the inadequacies in the airport's contingency measures and backup systems. Comparisons were drawn to similar incidents at other airports, emphasizing the need for better crisis management and communication. Experts suggested that timely information and collaboration with airline companies and the government could improve the airport's handling of such situations in the future. The incidents serve as a wake-up call for the airport to enhance its infrastructure and contingency planning to maintain its global standing. South China Morning Post: a puppy-shaped cloud spotted in Hong Kong has delighted social media users and prompted the observatory to issue a reminder to stay cool amid the heat. The observatory explained that the phenomenon, known as a fine weather cumulus cloud, is common in summer and often appears with the sunset afterglow. The photo, taken in Suan, went viral and drew humorous comments from users asking for cooler temperatures. The observatory used the opportunity to warn the public about heat stroke and the importance of sun protection during outdoor activities. They also advised pet owners to monitor their dog's health in the heat. The 9-day weather forecast predicts showers and thunderstorms due to a broad trough of low pressure, with temperatures remaining high. The post highlighted the community's engagement with weather phenomena and underscored the importance of public awareness during extreme weather conditions. South China Morning Post: a satellite imaging expert and a quantum physicist have been honored with China's top science prize as the awards resumed after a 3-year hiatus. Li Diren, a geospatial expert, and Xue Qikuan, a quantum physicist, were awarded the State Preeminent Science and Technology Award by President Xi Jinping at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. She emphasized the urgency of advancing scientific innovation to help China achieve self-reliance amid Western sanctions in high-tech sectors. Li, known for his work in high-precision global positioning and satellite remote sensing, designed China's first civilian high-resolution mapping satellite, ZY-3. Xue, recognized for his research in high-temperature superconductivity, made significant contributions to the study of topological insulators, materials crucial for future-efficient electronics. Both scientists have international academic backgrounds, with Li studying in Germany and Xue in Japan. The awards, which include 4 other categories, were last held in 2021 and have returned with new nomination rules, attracting fierce competition among 301 contenders. Notable past recipients include Nobel laureate Tu Youyou and agronomist Yuan Longping. Li and Xue's achievements underscore China's commitment to scientific advancement, with Li having received the Brock Gold Medal and Xue becoming the first Chinese winner of the American Physical Society's Oliver E. Buckley Condensed Matter Physics Prize. Nikkei Asia: UBS is selling a 36% stake in one of its securities joint ventures to Beijing State-Owned Asset Management, BSAM, marking a significant move as the Swiss bank consolidates its operations in China following its merger with Credit Suisse. Founder Securities, UBS's joint venture partner, announced it would sell its entire 49% stake in the venture for 885 million yuan, $122 million. UBS's sale of its stake to BSAM for $91.4 million comes as UBS seeks to comply with Chinese regulations that prohibit any entity from owning more than one majority-owned securities firm locally. UBS already holds a 67% stake in another joint venture, UBS Securities, with the remaining shares held by BSAM. The decision to sell to BSAM, which outbid Citadel Securities, aligns with UBS's strategy to increase its ownership in UBS Securities. UBS CEO Sergio Ermotti highlighted the long-term partnership with BSAM, which has been instrumental in developing UBS's business in China over the past 2 decades. UBS Securities, established in 2006, became the first foreign majority-owned securities firm in China in 2018, reflecting UBS's ongoing commitment to expanding its presence in the Chinese market. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong authorities are collaborating with the airport authority to build a demonstration facility that converts waste into clean hydrogen energy, as part of the city's strategy to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. Secretary for Environment and Ecology Tsai Chin-wan revealed plans to allocate space in the Sandton Technopole and Northern Metropolis for new energy sources, including hydrogen. the government aims to construct a demonstration plant to produce hydrogen from garbage for use by the airport authority, though details of the collaboration remain undisclosed. The Northern Metropolis Development Project, spanning 30,000 hectares, aims to create 500,000 new flats and generate 500,000 jobs near the mainland China border. The government has approved 14 hydrogen trial projects, including a hydrogen-powered double-decker bus by Citybus and a hydrogen production center by Towngas. Say stated that the government would initially promote gray hydrogen, derived from fossil fuels, before exploring more expensive blue and green hydrogen options. Lawmakers expressed support for the strategy, which balances environmental protection with economic benefits. Say also pledged to establish a green and low-carbon scientific research fund to support relevant research in the city. South China Morning Post, in response to the recent failure of the flight information display system at Hong Kong International Airport, communications experts have criticized the airport authority for its inadequate use of social media and alternative communication channels. The experts suggested that the authority should have leveraged social media platforms and QR codes to keep passengers informed during the disruption, which lasted for hours and left many travelers scrambling for information on handwritten whiteboards. Professor Sora Kim from the Chinese University of Hong Kong emphasized the importance of timely communication in such crises, recommending that airports should have pre-established crisis management plans and designated social media teams. Marketing expert Rudy Leung also pointed out the missed opportunity to maintain transparency and trust with the public by not using social media to acknowledge the issue. The incident has sparked public disappointment, with passengers expressing frustration over the lack of official updates and the reliance on manual systems. CNN, Qatar Airways has been named the world's best airline for 2024 by Skytrax, marking the 8th time the airline has received this prestigious accolade. The award, which is based on surveys from over 21 million customers across 100 countries, recognizes Qatar Airways for its exceptional service and modern fleet. The airline's CEO, Badr Mohammed Al Mir, attributed the victory to the hard work and dedication of the airline staff. Singapore Airlines, last year's winner, came in second but secured the prize for world's best cabin staff. Other notable winners included Dubai's Emirates, Japan's ANA All Nippon Airways, and Hong Kong's Cathay Pacific. AirAsia was once again crowned the world's best low-cost airline, continuing its winning streak since 2010. The awards also highlighted the cleanest airlines, with Cathay Pacific taking the top spot, followed by other Asian carriers. The results underscore the competitive nature of the airline industry and the high standards set by leading airlines around the world. South China Morning Post, New World Development, NWD, has showcased its financial resilience by securing approximately 35 billion Hong Kong dollars, $4.5 billion US, in low-interest and long-term loans and debt repayments since January. The conglomerate, owned by one of Hong Kong's wealthiest families, has managed to obtain multiple low-cost loans to bolster its liquidity, reduce financing costs, and mitigate risks related to foreign exchange and interest rate fluctuations. Despite the challenging market environment and high borrowing costs due to elevated US dollar interest rates, NWD has successfully refinanced its debt and secured additional onshore yuan loans. The company aims to reduce its gearing ratio to below 40% by 2027, from the current level of around 50%. Recent strategic moves include the sale of its D-Park shopping center and the buyback of offshore bonds, demonstrating NWD's commitment to optimizing its financial structure and maintaining a solid financial position amidst weak property demand in Hong Kong and mainland China. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen, every link a different theme, words collide in the stream, 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than knots. The voices rise aloft. Truth unveils in every spot. Cultures clash across the globe. Spin the threads in a strobe. Every story wears a robe. Truth and lies in their code. Journalists dig real deep. Secrets out, they don't sleep. Every angle they will keep. In the news we take a leap. New perspectives day by day. Hidden truths come to play. In the background shades of gray.